So the people I have one particular person in the group who seems to keep finding these re- redacted Danelle videos. And I'm wondering if it's because Danelle knows that there are untruths in them and that if I see them, I'll get them. So I haven't heard this one. I want to see if there's any untruths in it right away. Let's listen.
Good morning, Brooke. Thank you for being completely transparent.
The question is, she's responding to, I've read hundreds of articles, watched documentaries and videos. I'm still on the fence about what I believe. I'm curious on your reasoning for believing. Why do you believe your sister?
Let me catch everybody up on this. Darlie Routier is my sister. She was wrongfully convicted of murdering her two young boys, 6, almost 7, and 5 years old. I do have a assistant with me today here. She's making sure I don't get too worked up. I think that it is important to remember that I have a really good, strong foundation of who Darlie really was.
I noticed she did this twice. She referred to Darlie in the past tense. Was. Wouldn't Darlie still be the same person that she was, even though she was incarcerated? Wouldn't her wonderful character stand out like it did before she went to prison?
And what kind of person she was? Right to the mouth. It is easy to buy into the information that the
Now, do you mean the kind of person she was before she became a murderous killer? Because you said was twice, and that's very interesting to me that you used that word was. Because again, Darlie wouldn't have changed. Prison will straighten you up if you're a criminal. But if you're not, you'll just be a sweet person still. Why isn't she? What was are you speaking of? The was before things escalated in the middle of 1995 to the middle of 1996, because she's somebody different now, isn't she?
The media feeds us, and it's easy to just take it for fact. And a lot of what the media shares and
Now you have to understand, she's using the word media, and you have to be careful of what the media shares with us. Well, back in 1996, we didn't have so much social media. Her sitting there speaking to thousands of people is a form of media. She is media, and Darlie has had media speak on both sides for her. Most of them agree that she's guilty. There have been a few shows that have been geared towards her innocence. They don't tell us to stay away from that kind of media. And she doesn't understand that social media is media, just like circumstantial evidence is evidence. We can't believe everything that the media tells us. She tells us from media.
posts and publicizes is for the sole purpose of gaining ratings, not to accurately depict the story they're telling.
Okay, so your media, are you trying to just gain views? Are you trying to just get attention? Or are you trying to tell a story about your sister? The difference is you don't get paid for it. I don't get paid for it. Think before you speak.
Now, nowadays, it's a little bit different. There's a lot of regulations and rules that they have to follow, and they can get a lot of trouble if they pick out things and don't include the full story. But
Yes, there are rules that even though you have freedom of speech, you still can be held accountable for the words that you say if it defames someone else, such as Tom Bevel is the kind of expert that if you pay him what he wants, he'll swing it your way. Yeah, that kind of rule that you said that about Tom Bevel. Yeah, you didn't follow that rule. As far as rules, there was rules in place back in 1996, a gag order placed on the witnesses, potential witnesses to your sister's case, and they couldn't even follow that. They violated that gag order. But with no further ado, let you, the expert on this, school us on more on that.
Back then, it didn't seem to matter at all. They could take one sentence out of a whole novel and repeat that one sentence with no context, and it would be perfectly acceptable. So I have that knowledge to support my beliefs because I knew her before all this happened. And when it all happened.
But you said was. So that person went away. Was. I knew who she was. Where did that person go? Did that person disappear in between 2 and 2:30 on June the 6th, 1996? That was.
And we had no idea how to act. We had no idea what to look for. We had no idea that the entire world would be analyzing our every move, our every breath.
So they don't analyze your every move and your every breath. But if you come on to social media and you speak of something that is not correct regarding this case, you will have people that will speak up on behalf of Devin and Damon who are in the soggy ass ground under a tree because your sister put them there and they don't have a voice. It's not every move. Nobody's worried about where you go to shop, what you're having to eat, what's going on in your personal life. What people are worried about is the words that you present on social media while you're telling people not to listen to media. Every move. Can we maximize any further? No one cares.
A lot of what you saw following the murders was just true, pure, raw, unedited, unscripted, uninhibited reaction, emotion, living daily life. I also know how much the district attorney prepared all their witnesses. I know how much the district attorney twisted, lied.
See, there you go again with that he had. Did he tell these people that were professionals that sat on the stand, medical examiners, forensics people, surgeons, trauma doctors, nurses? You want everyone to believe that he presented them with a bunch of lies. But you can't come up with one lie that he presented them with. None. These are all the people that sat on the stand you think are out to get Darlie. You think he presented them with that stuff and that they ran with it because are nurses dumb? Is that what nurses do, Danelle? Professional nurses, is that what they do? They just take what somebody tells them and they run with it? What would be their motive for that?
And selectively included what they wanted so that those witnesses could be in favor of their decision, not of the truth.
There's no selectiveness in it because there's discovery. The witnesses had the right to all of the evidence. They heard it. The jurors did.
So that was a huge impact. I also have seen all of this unfold firsthand. So I can genuinely say without a doubt that this was a complete train wreck from the very beginning.
You can say that, but you're not giving any reason as to why it was.
We continue to support Darlie, and we always will. There is a lot of TikTokers that cover the evidence. I don't know that I will cover a lot of it, but Bayou Brandy does.
You better stay away from that evidence if you start to cover it. I tell you that now. What else do we got? Oh, she didn't really answer the question. She didn't tell any lies, but you can tell how she tries to blame everything on Greg Davis. Greg Davis was not at Baylor treating her. Greg Davis was not at the pawn shop. Greg Davis was not at Bank One. Greg Davis was, nowhere where these things happened at. He just told the story. I challenge you to now to come up with a lie that Greg Davis told and present it on TikTok, because she's never charged him with prosecutorial misconduct. In fact, she agrees that the evidence against her that was used was suitable for her conviction. She signed that. Present these things. Quit saying that they twisted. It'd be easier. If I was her sister and I knew that he twisted something, I'd say he twisted something up, and then I'd go right into what it was that he twisted up. You never do that. Didn't take long, though, to see the fakeness in it.